Julia. Look at
Good morning, Emerson. I'm Tessa.
And I'm John. Welcome to WMS News Hutchinson Edition for Thursday, February 1st, 2018.
Today we will be talking about technology, bullying, basketball, wildfires, and finally, endangered animals.
First up, we have a segment about technology.
Right now you are using it to watch this broadcast.
So I bet you use it a ton. Here's Tessa, Julia, and Neve to tell you more about the effects of technology.
Hey Julia, look at this. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, didn't see you there. Today we'll be talking about the effects of technology.
Hi, I'm Neve Sullivan, reporting on the effects of technology. We surveyed students here at Emerson about how long they spend on technology each day and found these results. 5% of students spend less than 1 hour on technology each day. 54% of students spend 2 to 3 hours on technology each day. 27% spend 4 to 5 hours, and 14% spend 6+ hours on technology each day.
An article was written on Duke Today about how long kids 11 to 15 years old spend on technology each day. 151 kids completed the survey. They averaged about 2.3 hours a day. When they spend more time on technology than they normally do, they are more likely to have behavioral problems and conduct problems like lying and fighting.
Technology affects people's behavior. Technology can alter human connections and make people act different behind a screen than they do in person. But it can also give you some real medical issues. It can increase risks of myopia and make you nearsighted. Virtual reality, a newly popular form of technology, can cause eye strain, headaches, and nausea. It could also make you trip or fall since you are not aware of your surroundings. If you are paying close attention to a smartphone or tablet, you can also trip and hurt yourself. Technology also increases problems of attention, behavior, and self-regulation. It can cause problems and increase ADHD symptoms if used uncontrollably. Not all behavioral effects are bad, though. Sometimes when technology is used, it can decrease symptoms of anxiety and depression.
Okay, so is technology positive or negative? Actually, it can be both. Some positive effects of technology include creating efficiency, medical breakthroughs, transportation, GPS or satellites, and helping write essays, communication, globalization, and distance education. Technology has mechanized culture and has helped business serve potential customers. It can cure chronic pain, cancer, neurological degeneration, and can help organ replacements.
On the other hand, technology can affect your memory, your emotions, how you react to things, and can put privacy and safety at risk. It can negatively affect sleep habits and cause kids to bully other kids. It causes distractions and can cause addiction to a device. It causes people to not pay attention and to lose social interactions.
That was very interesting.
Yes, as they said, technology can lead to kids being bullied.
Well, that's perfect timing since our next segment is about bullying.
Great, here's Vivian, Katerina, Amelia, and Emily to tell you more about bullying.
Imagine you see someone being bullied in your school library. What would you do? I can't believe you're hanging out in the library and reading, but you're such a nerd. You even have a life. No, you're such a loser.
Vivian was sitting in the background just watching as her friend was getting bullied. 70% of the world has seen bullying, and 50% of people have been bullied. Schoolwork is also affected when kids are bullied. 160,000 people miss school every day for fear of being bullied, and 1 out of 10 people who drop out of school mention bullying as a reason why. Let's hear what a professional has to say about this topic.
We're here today interviewing Miss Rogers. Our first question is, what do you think the bully's motive is?
I think that depends on the person. So I think some bullies bully as a way to make themselves feel better. I think sometimes kids lash out on others because they have feelings that they've not dealt with properly. And then I think sometimes, especially in middle school, kids are looking to establish their place in a social hierarchy. And so sometimes they think if by bullying others, they might set themselves in that hierarchy where they want to be.
Our second question is, have you ever noticed a change in students' behavior or schoolwork after that?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think oftentimes kids become quieter, more withdrawn. Their grades tend to drop, and you'll see kids either become angry or sad if they are experiencing a lot of bullying at school, or repeated bullying at school.
My last question is, what do you think a good message is for anyone who's been bullied or sees bullying?
So for students, what could be a good message? I think the most important thing to remember is that as a group, you guys have a whole lot more power than one individual. And so if collectively you guys decide to stand up and treat other people with respect and stand up for someone who's not being treated respectfully, then that has a lot of power and a lot of weight and can make a more positive school climate for everyone.
Thank you for coming and talking with us today.
My pleasure.
Bullying actually happens quite a bit in our school. Our survey results show that 38.4% of the 112 people that took the survey have been bullied. It is also alarming to see that 69.6% of the 112 people that were surveyed have seen bullying. Out of the 78 people who have seen bullying or been bullied, only 38.4% got help from a friend.
Now that you know all about bullying and the effects it has on people, let's see what could have happened.
I can't believe you're hanging out in the library reading a book. You're such a nerd. Do you even have a life?
Stop bullying my friend.
What? Don't bully, be a friend.
Thanks for all the information, News Team 4. Wait, I think LaMelo's gonna play in China.
I think I heard the same thing, but now let's take it to Jack and Mr. Shower to tell you a little bit more about basketball overseas.
Hi, I'm Charlie, and we will be reporting about basketball overseas. Now, let's go to Jack to find out more information with Mr. Schauer.
Why do you think basketball players are going to play overseas instead of college or NBA?
I think players are going overseas because they just want to play basketball and they're not really interested in going to school.
Do you think if college players go to play overseas and they are planning to play NBA after, will their draft stock be affected in a good or bad way?
I think it just depends on the player. I don't think where they're playing, whether it's in college or overseas, is going to determine where they're drafted. I think just their talent overall.
LiAngelo Ball and LaMelo Ball just recently moved to the Lithuanian League to play to the team BC Prainai. Do you think this will affect their career?
I think those guys are bozos, but I don't think it's going to affect their career one way or the other, just for the simple fact that I'm not really sure either of them are talented enough to actually end up in the NBA. But if they do go overseas and improve, I don't see how it can hurt them anyway, I think.
Thanks, Jack and Mr. Shower.
So, overall, going overseas to play basketball will not affect your draft stock. That is, unless you play bad overseas. If you play below the competition level, then the NBA will notice and pick you later in the draft, or not pick you at all. This decision could make or break your career. Thanks for listening about basketball overseas.
Did you know that the Ball brothers are from Los Angeles, California?
Yes, I did. Also, wasn't that where the wildfires were close to?
Yeah, I think I heard the same thing. Now let's take it to News Team 2 and fill up with a 10-second trivia.
10-second trivia.
How did the Screwball fire start? A cooking fire, a cigarette, lightning, or flaming hot Cheetos?
The answer is a cooking fire. The homeless people were cooking beans over a fire when it got out of control, so they fled the area. About a month ago, the Screwball Fire joined the score of the fires that burned up California in 2017. But the fire raised issues in the community after the cause of the fire was discovered. Police investigators learned that cooking the fire in the homeless encampment on the outskirts of the Bel Air was the cause of the fire. All the homeless living in the encampment fled, leaving no one to interview. Now questions are being asked as to how this happened and how fires like this can be prevented.
The Screwball fire had devastating impact on Bel Air and the area around it. Over 100,000 people had to evacuate. 6 houses were burned down, and 90 people were killed. 900 acres were destroyed, and $3 million of damage was done. The fire put 55,000 people in shelters. Now, the residents are angry about what happened and are questioning why law enforcement didn't prevent this.
Hello, Mr. Shigarati. Today I'm going to be asking some questions regarding a wildfire that took place by some homeless people that started it while they were camping. Do you think people such as law enforcement are doing enough to stop these fires from happening?
I think they're doing a lot to stop because that is their job. And they're doing a stupendous and awesome job trying to get rid of the fires. And hopefully they get rewarded really well.
How do you think these fires are impacting the environment?
Probably the smoke. It's probably affecting different types of habitats within our ecosystem.
So to wrap it up, how do you think we can prevent these forest fires from happening?
Probably just make sure be cautious about the dry levels in our forests.
Okay, thank you for letting us interview.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, I'm John Stovers reporting from Bel Air where the Screwball fire has just happened. I'm here to tell you nothing about this fire was legal, and the people of Bel Air are wondering why the homeless were not removed from their camp. In a quote from Nikki Miner, Vice President of Bel Air Beverly Crest Neighborhood Council, she said that she was skeptical of the proposed campaign to educate homeless people about fire risks. Los Angeles needs a massive regulator overhaul, like the one that followed the hillside encampments. In order to start fire, the homeless should have had a camp fire permit and must not have left the first fire at all. To make sure it stayed in control, in order to prevent a forest fire like this in the future, anyone having a cooking fire should have a bucket of water to put out the fire and a shovel to cover it.
The residents of the Bel Air have known about the homeless people that live by the freeway for a while, and have always known about the concern of the fire. In a quote from the LA Times, Nikki Miner, Vice President of the Bel Air Beverly Crest Neighborhood Council, said residents are long worried about the fire hazard from hillside homeless encampment, but all of the agencies' hands seem to be tied. Now residents are arguing about whether or not the homeless should be kicked out. I really sympathize and empathize with all these people, said Craig Connor, 52. In my house, we are one in the 6 that burned down. Maybe I'd be more angry, he added.
Now that was fire. God, I need friends.
Now to Damien and Josiah about all the animals that are going extinct.
I wonder how much of that was from the California wildfires.
Good morning, party people.
This is News Team 5.
5, the very popular topic on poached animals of the world.
There are many animals that are endangered, and lots of those endangered species are because of poaching and deforestation, including the beloved giant pandas, sea turtles, and elephants.
Now let's pass to Roberto all the way in Thailand.
Thanks, Damien. I'm here in an undeveloped parking lot in Thailand. As you can see, there are a lot of endangered animals that live today, but I will talk to you about poached animals. All poached animals are endangered animals, but not all endangered animals are poached animals. A poached animal is an undomesticated animal that is hunted for its features, such as an elephant tusk. 1 or 2 kills doesn't do much, but these animals are being poached every day, turning from threatened to endangered and soon extinct. Next, we are going to interview the famous scientist Catherine Mergis with our reporter Tyler. This is Roberto from DEF News.
How do you think poached animals impact the world?
Well, poaching, the illegal sale or the illegal catching of animals is absolutely harmful. And I think that poaching is bringing animal numbers down drastically. Poaching is detrimental to us having healthy diversity of animals. Right now, in 2018, animals such as elephants, tigers, are losing their numbers drastically, and it's impacting our, like I just said, like our biodiversity, so that we don't have such a wide variety of animals. It's impacting us economically and with our biodiversity.
Why are animals poached?
That's a good question. Sometimes they're poached for reasons of status. Someone feels that they appear more important because they have such a great animal like a tiger skin, or they have an ivory tusk from a rhinoceros. They have something that makes them look really important. Sometimes they're poached for medicine. And it's been proven that some of these medicines don't actually have any impact on someone. They don't really have a positive health impact. But for thousands of years, they've been caught and killed and taken in, and they don't really have that positive impact.
If animals were not endangered,
What would the world be like?
Sometimes in little ways, but mostly in big ways. We as animals are affected by pollution, by some of the animals that we eat. Animals take in what they eat around them. So if animals take in their water, if they eat things in the water, they eat harmful things in their water. For example,
Hey guys, this is Martin reporting about one of the most famous poached animals. These animals are the legendary Asian and African elephants. Today I will talk about the Asian elephants in particular. In Hindu mythology, the gods and the demons churned the oceans to search for the elixir of life. 9 jewels
Why are
surfaced,
animals
and one
poached?
was the elephant. This was Ganesha, the elephant-headed god. More than 2/3 of the Asian elephants may be spent eating mostly grass, but they also eat tree bark, roots, leaves, and small stems. They love bananas, rice, and sugarcane. They also have to drink once a day, but climate change affects it. Their ivory is used for piano keys, jewelry, sculptures, and more. Unlike male African elephants have only 4-inch tusks. Females don't get tusks. Most Asian elephants are poached because of villagers nearby. Today, we can stop this. Help the species by donating at least $1. If we all donate $1, we wouldn't just save the elephant species, but we might also be able to save other species. Call 1-888-839-9638 and spend only 2 minutes of your life to donate. This is Martin of DEF News.
Wow, these elephants can run! Ah! Now the skydiving. Now I'm flying! I'm in the air! These elephants can fly! I'm upside down! I'm flying!
Well, thanks for watching.
And have a meltacular day.